There's a saying in the Appalachian mountains of Virginia that outsiders never hear until it's too late. The woods don't lose things, they keep them. I didn't believe that when I volunteered for a search and rescue operation in late November. A man named Daniel Price had gone missing 2 nights earlier while hiking a section of trail that locals avoided after dark. No sign of a struggle, no abandoned gear, just gone. The sheriff called it exposure, said the cold probably got him. But the locals didn't say much at all. They just shook their heads. We started the search at first light. Fog clung to the trees so thick it muted sound, like the forest was swallowing noise before it could travel. The mountains rose around us, ridgelines stacked like shadows behind shadows. The woods smelled old, wet leaves, rot, and something faintly metallic. By mid-morning, we found Daniel's boot. It was upright, clean, laces neatly tied. No foot inside. The dogs refused to track beyond that point. They whined, pulled back on their leads, and one of them simply lay down and wouldn't move. Around noon, one of the older volunteers, local guy, name was Earl, pulled me aside. "You hear anything strange last night?" he asked. "Like what?" "Like someone walking when nobody's there, or hearing your name." I laughed it off. I stopped laughing when it happened. We were spread out along a ridge when I heard boots behind me, slow, careful, matching my pace. I turned, expecting another volunteer. No one was there. Then, just behind my left ear, a voice whispered, "Cold today, ain't it?" I spun so fast I nearly fell. Nothing. The radio crackled. Someone else asked if anyone was messing around because they just heard Daniel calling for help. That's when the sheriff ordered us to regroup and set up a temporary base camp for the night. The sun dipped fast. The forest changed when the light went. Shadows stretched too long. Trees seemed closer together. The fog thickened until our lanterns barely cut through it. Around the campfire, nobody spoke much. Earl finally broke the silence. "You ever notice how the woods sound empty right before they start talking?" he said. Someone told him to shut up. He didn't. Daniel didn't fall, didn't freeze either. He was taken. That word settled heavy in the air. Taken. By what? I asked. Earl poked the fire. Sparks spiraled upward and vanished into the dark canopy. By what answers back? That night, I couldn't sleep. Sometime after midnight, I heard movement beyond the firelight. Slow, deliberate, something circling the camp. Then someone spoke. It was Daniel's voice. "Help me, please." It came from the trees, then again from a different direction. "I'm hurt." One of the volunteers stood up, trance-like, and took a step toward the darkness. Earl grabbed him hard. "Don't. That ain't him." The voice changed. It sounded closer. "I know you hear me." The fire flared suddenly, and for just a second I saw something at the edge of the light. A shape standing too still, too tall, its outline wrong, like it hadn't decided what it was supposed to look like yet. Then it stepped back into the woods. Morning came gray and cold. We found footprints leading away from camp. Bare feet, too long, too deep. They led downhill into a hollow none of us remembered seeing on the map. At the bottom was a clearing. In the center stood a tree with dozens of objects nailed to it. Boots, jackets, watches, backpacks, all belonging to people who had gone missing over the years. And there, hanging from a bent nail, was Daniel's jacket, clean, unripped, as if it had been carefully placed.
Behind the tree was something worse, a shallow pit. Inside it were shapes wrapped in leaves and mud, human-sized, motionless. Earl backed away slowly. "They ain't dead," he said quietly. "They're being kept." That's when the woods spoke again. Not a voice this time, a feeling, like being watched by something patient, something that knew we wouldn't stop looking. The sheriff ordered an immediate retreat. Only we left with one less person than we arrived with. No radio call, no scream, just an empty space where a man should have been. Weeks later, the official report said Daniel was never found. That's a lie. They found him. They just didn't bring him back. And sometimes, when the fog rolls low in those mountains, locals swear they hear searchers calling out for someone who's been gone for years, still looking, still answering back. Because the woods don't lose things in Appalachia. They keep them.
If you made it to the end of this story, you might already feel it. That quiet pressure, like something standing just outside the light. If this story unsettled you, leave a like. It lets me know you made it back. Subscribe if you want more Appalachian horror, because there are plenty of places the maps don't mark. And if you ever hear your name carried on the wind out there, don't answer. The woods are listening.